Hello, everyone. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing well, and I hope the home learning isn't proving to be too difficult. I just thought I'd do a quick video just to talk about some kind of top tips for home learning that you may or may not find useful. Um, First of all, clearly it can be difficult. The whole dynamic of being at home, relationships between children and parents, obviously very different to a teacher and a parent. And it's going to have its challenges. I think that something that can be often forgotten about is to have that conversation with your little people about that it is difficult, and it's going to be it's going to be different from school. There are going to be times when they will find it difficult to concentrate. You will find it difficult maybe to explain things and help your child as a teacher would. And sometimes they're going to get frustrated with each other. So I think it's worth having that conversation and to keep having that conversation, because then the children are included in it and you're giving yourself and your child an opportunity to resolve any issues and just be open about them, rather than this is something we've got to do and we just got to crack on with it. I'm going to run through some tips and some motivators that may help. I realise that I might be teaching some people to suck eggs, and some people might be watching and thinking that's completely unachievable because I'm at home working. But I hope you take something from it. The most important thing to take from it, I think, is yes, we're providing videos. Yes, there's stuff being put out. The best thing that you can do is to find some books that are slightly above your child's reading ability and read them together and talk about them. That will have a really big impact on your child's ability to read and to comprehend, to reason, and to use language. There are books on our websites through the Oxford Owl, and there'll be more news coming about how we're expanding that. But that's the single proven best thing that you can do with your little people, is to read books that are slightly harder than they can read by themselves, and just talk about stories. Now, some general tips about home learning. As much as you can, if home life allows, do it early. Get it done. Get it out of the way. Then everyone at home can have that sense of relief of it's done. The rest of the day is ours to do what we want. So try and get a little bit organised the night before or first thing in the morning, and crack through it. Get it done as early as you can. It's good to talk to your little people about a timetable, if you're able to, and to involve them in that. We do that every day in school. Every day the children come in, they have the register, the teacher talks them through their day, so the children know what's happening. So it's we're going to do some home learning, we're going to do some maths first, then we're going to have a little break. Then we're going to have a look at your English, then we're going to have a little break, and then we'll do a bit of reading. Children need to know what's coming, they need to know what the break is, they need to know the routine. It's really important to have those little breaks. Research has shown that children can concentrate on average for as many minutes as years they are old. So your average 6-year-old can concentrate for about 6 minutes. Now, some of you might be thinking 6 minutes is a stretch. Some of you might not think that's an issue, but it's worth bearing in mind. And movement breaks are really important, even if you just stand up and do a few star jumps together. Or, set a timer. You've got 10 minutes in your bedroom, go and have a play. Just to let off steam, just to kind of get up and move around. It refreshes everyone. If you have access to outdoors, that's the best thing. Let's go outside and play it. Let's take your bike out for 10 minutes. Let's go and throw a ball around. Let's go and do whatever. Just have a fresh air break. It's really, really important, because it re-energizes the brain, and it incorporates it just reinforces that they have to concentrate, and then they can let off steam. Now, my kind of general top tip for lockdown is try and have 3 rules. Try and do something for the mind. Try and do something for your body, and try and do something fun every day. So, and that's important for children, and to have that conversation with them. Right, we're going to do something for our mind. We're going to do some home learning to keep our brains going. We're going to do something for our bodies. We're going to do some star jumps. We're going to do. We're going to play some music and have a disco. We're going to go outside and have a run around. We're going to go for a walk. And I mean, I'm finding at home just having those keep conversations of that's how we stay happy and healthy during lockdown, is by doing those 3 things. What we've done today, what do we need to do next? Involve them in that. They've got great ideas. Now, it's also okay to have days when it's all too difficult and think, we're not going to do it. We're going to get the blankets out and we're going to sit on the sofa and watch some films. We're just going to go and sit in the garden and play some games and not go near it today. That's okay. I don't think personally that's okay if that becomes every day. I do understand how difficult and how challenging this is. However, clearly, this whole situation is not going to go away quickly. And unfortunately, home learning is becoming a thing that nobody signed up for, a thing that nobody probably wanted, but it is a thing. And when it gets tough, you've just got to take a moment and remind yourself that you just got to get tougher. It's got to get done. And I don't mean get tough for your children. I mean just take a moment and we've got to get this done. I'm going to talk about some motivators now. Now, some children are intrinsically motivated. That means some children just want to do it. They want to crack on. They can't do anything better to do than sit down and let's get some learning done. This is really interesting. I'm working with my mummy and daddy and this is great. And aren't I doing well? Some children will be like that. Some children, it will be like getting blood out of a stone. So I think the important message, if children are finding it difficult, is it's got to be done. You're doing it. At some point today, you're doing it. We're going to have some breaks. All I want you to do is try hard and to do it. And stick to your guns, no matter what, no matter the shouting, the kickoff, the crying. It's got to be done. And in that process, be aware of your feelings, because it's going to be stressful. You're going to be conscious that there's other people who are finding it really easy. There's other people who are going to be posting stuff on Facebook and making you feel like the worst parent in the world because your 6-year-old is having a tantrum and you can't get them to watch the screen and do the video. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to say, you're not ready. I'm going to sit over here and read my book. You let me know when I'm ready, when you're ready, or just sit back. Now, that's the kind of stick approach. As we know, with everybody, children, adults, it's more important to have the carrot approach. What's the reward? What's the treat? How are we going to do that? So I'm going to share something that in the household I'm in that we started doing, and most of the time, it works and it's successful. So in school, we have something we call the dojo shop. You might have heard about it. Now, the dojo shop is just an area set up in the classroom, and it's got things for sale. And children buy things from the dojo shop with dojo points that they earn to spend in the shop. And they earn them by trying hard with their learning, by being a good friend, by being kind, by basically ticking the boxes of our school aims and our brilliant charter. In the household I've had, we've had a conversation about what rewards need to go in the dojo shop. Involve the children. It's got to be their incentive. And I mean, in school, it's things like an extra 2 minutes at play. We've gone to Poundland and got rubbers and pencils and things. It is important to have their voice, but also we know with little people, it's not just about what they get. It's a recognition. It's I've I've achieved this, I've done really well, I can go and spend my points, isn't that fantastic? Some things cost 5 dojo points, some things cost 100 dojo points. And some children want to spend it on the 5, other children want to save up to something that really ticks their box, really floats their boat, something they really want to do. So you can actually go online to classdojo.com and you can set up as a teacher your own, on the internet, you can choose your own dojo characters, and it's really, really easy. You don't need to be a computer whiz to do it. It takes about 5 minutes, and your child can have their own dojo character, and they'll love you having one as well. And you can award them on their dojo points. Or you can just, on a bit of paper, you can just draw a tally chart. Write your child's name, and each time you give them a dojo point, you can give them a tick. And then you can have it as time, whether every day, end of the week, middle of the week, I probably think it's a good idea. Middle of the week and end of the week, they can go to Dojo Shop. The great thing about Dojo Points is they're absolutely free. And I would say, give them out. Give them out. Go really positive. Fill that positivity bucket that children have. They need that filled. So brilliant. You've sat down in front of the computer or the TV, ready to watch YouTube. Have a dojo point. You're ready. You're ready for your home learning. That's amazing. Look at you watching that video. You've concentrated so well. Have another dojo point. Have 2 dojo points. Go mad. Why not? They're free. Now, obviously at the moment, with going to shops and doing stuff, treats and rewards and things to put in the dojo shop is difficult. So this, I'm just going to share my screen with you, and this is some of the things that we've put in there. Some of them won't be relevant for you and your child, but it's just an idea of the sort of low cost, easy things that you can do. Now, hopefully that's coming up. Right, so that's a dojo shop. Now that is www.classdojo.com. That's the website address, set up as a teacher, if you want to go full bore with the computer thing. Or you can do your tally chart on a bit of paper and stick it to the fridge or whatever. The great thing about using this language is that children know it. They know it from school. And you can have conversations with them about, I can tell your teacher the next time they ring how many dojo points you've got and what you've spent it on. That will really motivate them, because they will want your teacher, they will want their teacher to know that. So we've got just a very simple one, 7 dojo points. You can just go to the sweet jar any day of the week, any time. It's not about, not after dinner as a treat or whatever. You can go at breakfast if you want. You've earned your 7 dojo points. You can choose when you have it, and you can choose what you're having. Full movie night, 15 points. So full movie night. They choose the film. It might be Frozen for the 476,000th time, but they've chosen it, they've earned it, they've spent it. They're going to spend their 50 dojo points on a full movie night. And what I mean is that, let's make it special. I'm sure you will do this. Get the cushions out, get the blankets, make it nice and cozy. Have hot chocolate, have sweets or popcorn or whatever you want to do. Let's make it special. It's not just the family sat in front of a film. It's let's make it a little bit special, because that then will tell them they get their dojo points, they've spent it, look what their prize has been. They've worked hard, they've got their dojo points, and they can choose to do that. Now, obviously, a lot of these are food related. Great motivator for children. So seconds of pudding, 25 points. So you can save up your 25 dojo points and you can spend that on having seconds of pudding. Or, really exciting, for 30 dojo points, you can choose your pudding. It's not going to be something that everyone else is having. You can go to the fridge and you can grab yourself a yogurt or an ice cream or whatever it is that they want. Now, choosing dinner, what the whole family is going to eat. 40 these really are food related, aren't they? 40 points. Now, choosing dinner isn't just about them choosing what they want to eat. It's they've been given a job, that recognition, just them to choose what everybody's eating. Isn't that amazing? They'll love that, because it's all about them. I'm sure your children are the same, and we were when we were little. Staying up for an extra 10 minutes, it doesn't get more exciting than that. Goodness only knows why children are obsessed with staying up for a little bit later. I don't know what they expect is going to happen, but 60 dojo points, you can stay up for an extra 10 minutes. You can decide what night to do that on. So, picnic with a friend. Now, these last two, they're big. The last one's a lot of dojo points for them to save. Some children want to save up for the big one. These ones are quite important as well because they're sowing that seed that this is going to end to the children. This isn't forever. And when it's finished, we can look forward to doing nice, normal stuff. So picnic with a friend, you can choose your best mate. You can choose what we're going to have on the picnic. You can even choose where we're going to go. Something to really look forward to. Harry Potter World, 150 dojo points. Wow. That's a big one. I mean, it doesn't have to, obviously, it doesn't have to be Harry Potter World, not with the Tank Museum or whatever. But that needs a lot of saving. Now, some children want to do that. Whatever big thing you decide, they will keep going. They won't want to spend their 7 on a piece of chocolate or sweet. They'll want to go big. Now, once the children have spent their dojo points, they go back to 0. Now, you might want to have a 2 dojo point, something or other. It's really, really up to you. See how it works, play around with it. And I'd be really interested to have any feedback on our Facebook page or an email to the office about if anyone's had a go at this and how it's going. That's the important thing, going back to 0 once it's done. Now, as I said, some of these will be completely irrelevant to you, but the important thing is that it's an incentive. You can award these dojo points. Remember, they're free. Jump on anything remotely positive, and that's really important. If your child is really struggling, doesn't want to access at all, put the video on. And if they're crying in the corner, the minute they glance at the screen, you've looked at it. Brilliant. Have 2 dojo points. Oh, you're looking at it again. Have another dojo point. If you come and sit down, I'll give you another 4 dojo points. Look at you. Aren't you doing brilliantly? My word, you watched 5 minutes of the video. You've now got 10 dojo points. What is it? Aren't you doing brilliantly? You're making me so proud. Because really, who cares if they get all these things? Who cares if every week they can get to the dojo point and they go to the dojo shop and spend on something that you've set? Because really, then you're winning the battle. You are winning because they are engaging in it. That's what we want. Now, as time moves on, you might want to then tweak it to, right, if you do it and you don't get sad or you don't get upset or you don't get cross, then I'm going to give you how many dojo points that you use. Hopefully that will be useful. Now, just before, I'll just stop sharing that now. Now, just before I finish, with the home learning, please bear in mind this is a completely new way of working for our teaching staff. I mean, obviously, since the last lockdown, we've been sort of having discussions about how we should do it. The homework has been done in this way to dip our toes into the water, but because of not being in lockdown and teachers doing their normal day job, this is our first real jump into it, and it's new, and it can be a little bit nerve-wracking and quite an anxious thought for people to be recording themselves and sticking it on YouTube. It's a big deal. Teachers are going to worry about how they come across. Teachers are going to worry about how they look like. Unfortunately, I'm not that worried. Which is fortunate, and it's really stepping into the unknown. And please just bear in mind that some people might not be that confident with it, might not want to be doing this, but they're going for it. And I cannot be prouder of the way our staff has completely and utterly changed the way they're having to work in such a quick turnaround. There might be some ums and ers when they're delivering. There might be the odd mistake. There might be the odd bit of faffing around with IT. It is very different to being in a class with children. They may come across completely different on screen to how they do with children, because it's completely different. So what I'm asking you to do is please bear that in mind and be kind, because I think filming yourself and putting yourself out there is a big deal. I hope you find that useful. And over time, I will put other videos on there that you may find useful to refer to. Okay, keep going, everyone. We can do this. We can do this. And staff will be in touch and we'll support you as much as we can. Right, have a great day, everyone. And I'll be interested in any feedback to see how it's going if any of you try the dojo approach. All right, good luck, everyone. Take care.